king of the trading scene. Disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots. Hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene. Disco lights flicker and shine in the heat of the night. I got the moves, I got the groove. Trade the dots and watch me improve. Yeah. Trade the dots, hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots. Trade the dots. Spin that chart like a DJ wheel, up and down, it's a funky deal. Risk is a dance, it's a balancing act, but I'm moonwalking on this market track. Yeah. Fingers snapping, numbers tapping, groove keep flowing, never napping. Trade the dots. Hit the spots, fund the prop, make it pop. Money, money, money. Oh, it's hot. Trade the dots, trade the dots. Cashing in, cashing out, shake it, scream and shout. Pockets fat, but I'm staying lean. I'm the king of the trading scene.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? A little bit of technical issues, but I'm back in business. I had some microphone and video issues, but all good. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Everybody's, hope everybody's good. Hope everybody is having a good day. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a setup happening right now in gold. 38 seconds left. We're definitely going to go for this one. Let me make sure I got the right accounts. Or am I in the 30? Okay, I'm in the 30. I had all sorts of technical issues today because Trade Evade was down for me. Anybody had Trade Evade down for them today? Mine went out for like about an hour, and then I switched over to wealth charts. We're going to trade wealth charts as well. We're going to trade NASDAQ on wealth charts. I traded a little bit of gold on wealth charts as well, but you know, let's see what we can do here. There was a nice clean white dot that just went away. There would have been a higher white dot. Would have been a great entry for us. We're going to do a lot of scalps today. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing as far as my high frequency scalps stuff using dots, both in trend and counter trend, and all of it is going to sort of commence with a white dot structure or a purple dot structure, meaning that the long positions always start with higher white dot, and then we just keep scalping until the green dots disappear, and then the short position is going to start with a lower purple dot. In this case, we don't have a lower purple dot, and we keep doing that until the red dots disappear. So it gives us lots and lots and lots of scalp opportunities throughout the day. Gold obviously really trading well. Was sort of consolidating for about an hour, and then we broke out like crazy, and I caught all those. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know what's going on. It's casual Friday, so we're just chilling. Be here for as long as you guys want me to be today. We got plenty of stuff to trade. NASDAQ also trading really, really well, by the way. Let's go to NAS. So NAS here, where am I? Am I on the 2-minute chart? Yes, I am. NAS here kind of just, giving back that whole big rally that we had post earnings. Earnings last night were very good. Amazon beat, Apple beat. So we had all this euphoria pre-market, and now we seem to be coming back down. It'll be interesting to see. The 26,000 to me that's going to be the key support here in NAS. We'll see if it wants to, hold on to that. But for now, we're kind of unwinding the whole move here in NAS. Meantime, I'm watching gold to see if I can get a white dot out of this gold trade and get long gold. Let's see if this is going to play for us. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody good? Everybody having a good day? There's a white dot, $1.32 on the clock. Let's see if that candle holds. So we are pivoting off of this particular market combo. We have a white dot here, and we have a white dot here. Oops. Hold on. Let me delete this. Is it shift? No, it's command. Isn't it command? Yeah, there it is. No white dot here. Sorry, forgot my keystrokes in TradingView. So higher highs, 49 seconds left. We're looking for the gold to see if it wants to hold the bid here. 39 seconds left. Candle's got to stay white in order for us to really make this trade. Good news for those of you guys on wealth charts. I spoke to Rob yesterday. I'm going to be able to get him the code today. And I think we're going to be able to update the wealth charts by early next week, and that should be good for us. All right, we are going to go. I'm going to go buy market. I'm going to buy market, and as always, 42.4. So that means 40.4 is my secondary trade if I need it. Target is 44.4. Let me see if this is correct. Close 43. 43. Hey, you know what? We're gonna close this out. Good enough. Good enough for government work. Mainly because I was trying to figure out what the close here was. 42.2. Oh, this should have been 44.2. Okay. Yeah. So I'm always trying to go 2 points from entry, and of course sometimes my entry is a little bit higher than the move, but you know, I decided I'm just going to take the quick trade and get myself done here. So my quote of the day today, which we came up with in coaching, really the central quote, because it's actually interesting. We were looking at my accounts yesterday, what accounts I did well, which accounts I didn't do as well, and inevitably the biggest weakness point was when I started trading too large. So the quote of the day today is this. I don't know if I'm gonna see if I can say it. If you are trading large, you are not in charge. That's my motto. All right, this thing would have hit me for the full 2 points. I took like 14 ticks out of it instead of 20 ticks, but good enough. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Now we're going to go again, buy market, into a secondary trade, because what do we have here? Higher dots, right? Same idea, higher dots. So we're going to trade this. What is my close here? 44.6. So I want to be at 42.6 on this trade as my backup. If it slips, we'll try to even out our position. But the idea is that we have some continuity. We're going to trade that continuity. That's what we're doing. We're going to try and do continuous scalps here. Gold seems to be cooperating. Let's see if it wants to give us another 20 ticks of movement. And we're done. I don't need my backup, and that trade is done. So now, like, once I have 3 of these in a row, I kind of pause. I actually, you probably could go for this one as well, because the cutoff point for me usually is like 4 consecutive dots in a row. But just trading the 2 dots, the white dot to this one, the next one to this one, you can see how quickly you can compound your P&L and just make it happen to the upside. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Crazy. Very, very welcome. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trading 1 to 2. In this particular account, I was just trading 1. I probably should be trading 2 on this one. I think 1 to 2 is like my maximum size. I start with 1. If I want to get aggressive, maybe I'll trade 2 and 2s, and then the maximum I will go is 4. That's really kind of like because if you go 4 and 4, right? So if you're coming in 2 and 2 is already 4, right? On the backup, 4 and 4 that's the maximum you want to go. After that, you're puking up too much money. At 4 and 4, if you're puking that up, that's a $1.60, $160 total loss on a $50,000, $2,500. You basically don't want to. The sort of method I'm using is I don't want to lose more than 6-7% of my margin safety. So if I have $2,500, you certainly don't want to lose more than $250 on any individual trade. But this way, the most I'm going to lose is $1.60, which is fine. I think that's kind of like a good way to control the whole structure. Does that make sense to everybody? You guys all vibing me on all of this? Good morning, everybody. I see everybody's crawling into the room. I'm doing hyper scalping. I kind of, I think the only way to do this realistically, we can't skip and jump. We're gonna like dedicate maybe until the market opens, till 9:30. We'll dedicate our time to gold, and then we'll switch over to NASDAQ, because if you're switching between 2 instruments, you're doomed. You're doomed on every side, right? Now here's what's interesting. That we have a purple dot over here, which is a higher dot, right? This dot is higher, right? Let me see if I can do this. How did I do this before? Fuck. had like this whole little way of flipping this over. Oh, there it is. Okay. So so this is a higher dot than this. So obviously not a sell function over here. And also, here's the other thing that you want to kind of focus on. It's much more productive to trade in trend, right? I don't really want to take short positions unless I clearly have lower shorts. And also, you know, when you're trading against, this we're in upside trend, so taking higher highs and upside trend is always a lot more productive, right? I could have, if I wanted to, bought this, because remember I said if you get a higher purple, that's kind of like a retrace trade. I really don't like retrace trades. They're so good and so many people love them and they're so low risk and so on and so forth. I seem to not to do well with them, and they always fuck me. And I would rather be fucked on what I know how to do. I'd rather be fucked by what I know than fucked by what I don't. That's my other motto of the day. So be comfortable with whatever you're doing. Don't be forced. Like Santiago trades only retraces. That's all he does, and he does super well at it. He completely ignores all my other trades, and that's what you should be doing. You should know. You should experiment and see what makes the most sense to you physically. That's really the most important part. Like, where are you most comfortable? And what I mean by most comfortable is if it doesn't work for you, you don't give a shit, because you're so comfortable doing that one particular style of trade. If you're actually ambidextrous, if you're like Ohani, you can both pitch and hit. Great for you. I think most people are sort of one side or another side. They're either kind of momentum driven or they're dip driven. I will do some dip buying, which is outside of all my rules, but in a completely different format. Not like I can't do retrace trades. They drive me nuts. So even though this would have been a good trade, I can call them out for you. 41.7 to 44.8 would have been a great trade. Just not my style. And I did like about 10 of them last night, and I was like, I hated every one of them. And I was like, fuck this. Why am I doing it? It basically buried me into a whole bunch of unnecessary drawdown that I had to work my way out of. If I get into a drawdown on a momentum trade, I'm perfectly okay with it, because I know, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, I'll have a different momentum trade which I can work with. But I fucking hate retrace trades. They're just my personal view. There's no core CPI today. That was the 24th. There's no news, Andy. Everybody's on strike. Welcome to America, where the government doesn't work. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Think Capital froze your accounts because of CPI. Any kind of issue you have with them, speak to them. I don't make the rules. I don't know what they probably have an explanation. People had, there were people who had issues with the straddle trade that we did on last Friday with wealth charts, and apparently Apex made them whole. So it's always a conversation to the prop firm. I don't make the rules. Doesn't matter what my opinion is. Talk to them. They're the ones that are running the show. Yeah, we have Chicago PMI data. AirTrader, use zip strategy? What does that mean? Or are you asking me, do I use zip strategy? Zip strategy is Kathy's strategy, primarily for Forex. No, we're trading dots, baby. That's my strategy. It's a scalp strategy. We're scalping with trend. So anyways, everybody kind of understand what I'm saying, which is, stick to what you know. I'm actually curious. Let's do, it's Friday. Let's do polls. Let's do a vibe poll. You tell me what you like. I am a. You only have two choices, okay? You got to make one of these choices. That means if you trade both, but if you're stronger on one, choose the stronger one. Because I'm curious what people trade here. So the question of the day today right now is, I'm a momentum trader or I'm a retrace trader? Vote in the poll. Let me know where your strengths are. Because you obviously know where I am. I am a momentum breakout trader for the most part. Yeah, Amazon beat market liked it, but that's yesterday's news already. Who knows if we if that's going to extend? Where's NAS? NAS is basically kind of dying out here a little bit. It's quiet, right? Let's switch our attention to NAS for a little bit here. First of all, sorry, I don't have we still have to go to. Let's go over here. I just want to know it's a 10-point range. Okay, so it's a 10-point range. That's probably I guess we can trade with a 10. We probably should be trading. Right now we're trading with a 5.15. We probably should be trading with a 10.30, which would be 41.20, right? That's what we should be trading with. 41.20 on this, on NAS. So here's interesting. So what's going on in NAS? NAS is positive bid, but barely, finding a little bit of support here. I have a white dot. That's a lower white dot. Clearly not a trade. I do have a lower purple dot, but it's against trend. It's negative. It's positive trend still. So I'm going to kind of just wait and see. And what I really want to see is, if I get a green dot higher up, I'll trade. Actually, I can't trade NASDAQ for shit right now because it's 925. So if there was a market open and this green dot stayed, I would trade this to the upside. I do think actually this probably will work because they're usually going to sweep it up before they flush it down on the open. But there's no reason. It's 25. It's 5 minutes to the open. Who needs the tsuris, as my grandmother used to say? Who knows Yiddish? Who knows what I just said? Extra bonus points if you can translate this statement. Who needs the tsuris? And I'll tell you, like, the biblical root where that word comes from in Yiddish. It's really crazy. Nobody can translate this. No Jews in the room, right? Problems, headaches. But the word tsuris actually comes from Sarah, right? Who was like barren in the Bible for so long. So that's it's a really interesting nomenclature from that stress, right? But isn't that interesting that it comes from the word Sarah from the Bible? Not like not a misogynistic book at all, right? But yeah. All right. NAS kind of not doing much. Gold kind of, we have these brilliant bursts of movement, and then it kind of dies out, which is fine. I know we made bank a little bit here earlier, and then we'll just see what happens next. White dot. So higher white dot on gold, right? Higher white dot on gold. Legit trade. Let's go over here. Oh, that's how it is. It's off to this way. I figured out how to flip the arrows. All right. If this is a dot, it's a higher white dot. That's a legit setup for us. If it holds. So let's see. I mean, in the overall price structure, this is a 450 cap, right? But we're at 443. Are they going to try to run it back to the 450? Let's see. It's $1.22 on the clock. I will wait and see. My motto of the day. Everybody like my motto of the day? Nico says Sarah means stress. I hope you're not dating any Sarahs, Nico. I'm sure she's going to love that. Ben, is that your cat? "33 seconds. This candle looking a little iffy. It's not even what you can afford to lose, Crazy Wally. You know, we all think we can afford to lose more than we can, right? It's just like we always are overconfident in our abilities to make money, and that always, you know, hurts us in the end. All right, let's see. We got 6 seconds. Looks like the market kind of wants to make a move to buy. All right, I'm long this thing. The close on this is 42.9. So I want to get myself up to 44.9 as the proper exit. And then I want to buy myself at 42.9, 40.9 is my secondary trade. Okay. So this is my secondary buy-up trade of this. Move my second stop to first stop so that I am even on the stops. And this is where we're at. So 44.9 is the target. How is it? It is 9:26. Oh, you know what they used to be? What was this? It was, oh, there's this great website. I got to go find it. Although I think it probably crashes your browser. I used to love having it. It would, all it did was just showed you the time. It was like a global clock. It was, I'm going to go try and find it after this, after we with this trade, if this trade comes back on us. Oh, Internet Cat in Korea. Okay. Yeah, my profit target in gold is 20 ticks. Correct. You can see, you can literally see it on the screen here, right? Excuse me. All right, we're in on the second position, adjusting my first position. We'll see if this trade works. Maybe not. Gold might slip against us, but you know, we stick to the setup. Now, you know what? I want to get out of this early. I don't like the setup. You know why I don't like the setup? Because there's a contrary signal here. If you look at this, I'll tell you why I really didn't like the setup. Yes, you get a higher white, but it's kind of counter veiled, or whatever the fuck the word is, by lower purples. It's, you know, there is a different narrative story here where the price action is just kind of looks like it's weakening. So, you know, I'd rather scratch this one. We don't need to win every trade. So I blew that one out at essentially flat, and we'll reconvene when the setup looks better. You know, the curve got negative. The purple dots got negative. It's just not a pretty picture. In fact, you know, it's a better picture now for a short, because remember I said to you, once you get lower purples, that triggers you into a sell condition. So I'm actually gonna, now that I have the, if this red dot stays, so I have a lower red dot, lower purple, that's a start of a potentially a negative move to the downside. It's 15, 16 seconds left. Let's try it the other way. Let's give it the other way. You know, okay, we short here. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Okay, kind of pops. It pops on the open. A lot of vol against me. And again, just because it's so much vol, I took some money off the table. What was the vol here? Close 38.6. Low was 36.5. Oh, that would have gotten me done, but I guess for some reason it didn't because I think I was just one tick away. markets are super fast, and I just didn't want to screw around on the open. Well, it's 9:30, probably not a time for us to trade anyways. Here's NAS on the open, and we'll switch our attention to NAS now as a potential trade. And here's what's interesting about NAS. We do have a lower purple and now confirmatory lower green, and this is on the open, right? So if it's on the open, we can feel relatively comfortable trading it, you know, to the downside. What is this, net 23? Okay, so we want to go to 27, 22, 20. Let's go to 20. 38 seconds left. A big move to the downside. We're going to wait patiently until how much is this? This is 199. Oh, it's 65. It's okay. It's 30. It's 30 points on the candle. Not horrible. If the candle was going to be 50 points, I really don't want to be short this thing, because remember we always get like retraced out. But this is like candle is getting a little too long for us. But all right, let's give it a shot. All right, I'm short this thing. And where's my position? Wait, what's going on over here? What's this thing? Why don't I have the? Why is it on gold and not on NASDAQ? What's going on over here? What am I doing? Oh, because I have this picked over here. M and Q. See? Okay, here it is. Sell to. All right, we're going to sell here, kind of managing my retraces. Come back to the buys. Put this over here. See if I can resolve this. And I did resolve it on a very ugly fashion, mainly because I didn't have the NASDAQ over here on the site. We're going to just trade NASDAQ. But as I knew, there would be a massive retrace on this thing, which is why we came in on the second trade. I should have had a little bit of a bigger target on this. But, you know, we made a little bit of money, which is better than nothing. And we'll go from there. We'll wait for the next setup on NASDAQ and you know, and see where we can go. Let's go back to gold and see what gold is doing. So gold is actually starting to really, you know, get quite negative. Had I stayed in this trade, I would have easily made my 20. And now we have like 3 dots in a row. I'm going to stay patient. If this is indeed like a double top in gold, and we start to see more of a negative trend, there'll be a red dot candle. When we get a red dot candle somewhere around here, we'll take that. Until there is one, there's no reason for us to do any more trading, because it's only a red dot candle that gives us the confidence that there is momentum to the downside, right? For all we know, this could stabilize, make another big run back up. And if we get a run back up, we'll wait for higher highs to try and trade that. So I'm a little jittery today. I'm using what's FOBO? Oh, Time, but no, it's not Time Buddy, Keith. It's like it's the other one. It's like Time AI. Let me find it. Now that we got a little bit of time, let me find this thing. It's Time AI, something like that. Time website. Let's just do this. Time is. Oh yeah, this is really cool. Check this out. Where's my cursor? Okay, yeah, this is what I love this, because all it tells you is, oh, my time is exact. Look how nice look how cool my computer is. Remove the yets, get time entry. No, it doesn't. I don't give a shit. But I just love how like this just gives you super accurate time. We're gonna use that. I'll put that on the as a tab that we'll keep. This way we know exactly what time it is. It just amazes me that neither Microsoft nor Apple, understand that like 90% of what people want out of there is to have a time app built in, like a nice clean thing that you could just put on there. Fake out, breakout, yeah. We see a lot of those, and that's why the dots are so useful, because the dots keep you pretty honest. They keep you away from big fake outs. So yeah, I mean, this is a situation where we're very well familiar, where the candle size is so large that it creates problems for us, right? We probably, you know what, guys? Let me what's it? Global chart settings. I think I want to take turn history off. Okay, I'm going to turn history off just because it's annoying on the chart. But what I was going to say is, because this was a pretty big candle too. This is 84 to 50. This would have been a more reasonable candle. So if we shorted this at 51, then shorted this at 60, we could have caught it back at 51. We probably would have been better to enter on this candle than this one. But they were both quite a lot of volatility on the move. Anyways, NAS is negative bid right now. It's a negative trend. A red dot in NAS will send us back into trading short. Let me make this. It's a 4120. I just want to set all my stuff up here. So it's oops. I don't think I want to do 1200 ticks. And then this one is a 40 this. All right, we can watch the fireworks fly here. Nothing on gold. Kind of relatively quiet. Good morning, everybody. I see new people joining us. Come say hello to me. Where you from? Let me know what you're doing. I'm also your official timekeeper now, because we have the official time app on the thing. I will say this. I love this website, but if you keep it on your computer the whole time, it will crash your computer, because it's just, you see the shit that it's, it serves up 1,000 ads, and it kind of just sucks up your memory. You have to just keep it running and then close it up and reopen it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a big thing. Ooh, so we have a big purple pull away trade in gold, which I think I want to sell. Sell this over here. I'm a pretty good location on the retrace. If this thing goes, totally against me, so be it. Where am I? I'm at 32.7, so I want to go 34.7 as my secondary. If I need that, bring my stop back again to match my lower stop, so my risk is at control, and this is my exit. Let's see what we want to do here. This is a big dump in gold. So obviously, and we're done. Good, we're done. So that was completely, that was a sort of a way to, is Santiago in the room, man? Hey, Rennie D, nice to see you. Just install ad blocker and I'm good. Yeah, but then I think the ad blocker fucks you too a little bit. I don't know. I'm perfectly okay. Like just letting it run at this. But I don't know if Santiago is here, but I was going to say is, when we have, like, this is a mass candle, right? So maybe this is what we need to do. I think this is what we need to do if we trade the large candle. And what's a large candle? So we have a 6 stop. This candle is literally bigger than 6. It was 29, it's 36. It was $7 candle, right? Whenever a candle is like $5 or more, we should be aiming at the first entry to be $2 in, right? Now, in this case, we got lucky because it retraced and then it dumped. Occasionally, you have a big candle, it will dump and make target before we get the retrace. In that case, just give up the trade, walk away from the trade, because what you don't want to do is it makes target, retraces, and then it's a possible V-shaped move. In other words, that's already done. It tested the lows and it didn't work. But I think the way we do this so that we don't get caught in the massive retrace, like where we're right on the trade but wrong on execution, is just simply put our execution, if it's a 7 or 8 or $10 candle, like if it's well outside our stop parameter. Same thing with NASDAQ. If NASDAQ is a $50 candle, our entry should be minus 20 to the close. And if we don't get that, we don't get that. But at least, we're going to be at a correct risk structure entry for NASDAQ. Oh, sorry. And as I was talking, I missed the NASDAQ trade. All right, that's fine. We'll look for the next one. So this was a nice NASDAQ trade because we, lower reds. Could have been short here on the close, which was 45, and we would have targeted 35, would have made it, right? So we'll wait for the next one. As you can see, every 5 minutes we get opportunities, so we don't have to really stress over trades. All right, here's another big purple candle down. 29 seconds left. Now the thing is, before you even consider a trade, measure it. It's 32.27. It's a $5 trade. That's within our budget. And if it ends up purple, worthwhile for us to trade because it's going to close on fresh lows, but it isn't. It's kind of basing. Now, being Friday, it's always Degenerate Friday. If you guys want to have some fun with me, and again, this is not a setup. This is just a pure degenerate fun game that I love to play. If you want to count a trend, like right now in gold, right? And you see, so what's happening when you're looking at the price action here? We stopped holding fresh lows. We made fresh lows. We stopped holding them, right? What I want to see in this particular situation is what if we kind of just making fresh lows. So now my whole thesis needs to be adjusted. If I have a situation where we make fresh lows, maybe this candle isn't going to be part. Let's say maybe they race it back up, right, like this, right? And the next candle doesn't make fresh lows. I will go reverse. I will trade the opposite side. I'm always watching for kind of big power moves that stop holding the lows. When they stop holding the lows, meaning it stopped closing at the lows, they start buying them up, and then they start making higher lows on the candles. It's a reasonable, like here's a good example. Fresh bumps, right? This makes fresh lows. This one is no longer fresh lows, right? Now this is, obviously a little bit extreme, but coming in here long, you would have confidence that it's going to be a positive move here. So if you want to degen with me, it's a fun trade, and it's a relatively reasonable trade. It's not a dot trade. It's just us watching the price action for a quick reversal. So like right now, if this is the cycle low, we got 24 seconds left, which is not. It looks like we're going to close on the lows. So if we're going to close on this purple, we should trade in momentum, even though it's pretty extended. It's 29 to 25, $4, so it's not horrendous, but it's got to stay purple, right? It's got to stay on the lows here in order for it to really trade. All right, selling. All right, we short this thing, and we're in at 25. Want to be at 27.1 on the backup trade. We're going to bring the 60s over here to hold the lows, and we'll see how we can trade up. Okay, now we hit the second one, and now we're just going to try to see if we can resolve it on the comeback. It may not. This was like the third or the fourth super strong sell-off, so we could bounce over here. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Santiago says that's exactly what he does on the big candles. He just waits for the retrace zone. So we are clearly, they clearly bought the bottom here. We sold the bottom, and this actually becomes, we can't trade this white dot because it's a lower white dot. But if it reverses, we'll just reposition ourselves and adjust ourselves accordingly. Yeah, it looks like we just, we sold the bottom, and that, that's always a danger, but it's always a factor in when you're trading momentum. You have we had 3-4 consecutive good moves. This was a clearly, also this was, by the way, I didn't realize this. I should have watched this. This was 200 period SMA support. So clearly, a big pop up. Now, if you want to degen with me, so watch this. This never made fresh lows. This is higher lows. If this kind of holds above these lows, right? We're going to go the other way just for fun, just for shits and giggles, to trade the reversal move on this, just because it's Degen Friday and we can do that. Because it looks like gold sort of made support around the 200, $1.24 on the clock. Let's see if it wants to hold these lows. Let me just check in on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is really, we should be watching NASDAQ. I'm just sort of, obsessed with gold these days. But we should really be watching. NASDAQ is the good continuity trade. NASDAQ is just sell, 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 right? At this point. All right, 49 seconds left. Again, this is my Degen Friday trade where we're just watching the lows of these candles, looking for a possible bottom formation. This is a white dot that is not a good white dot. Actually, I hate taking this trade because it's actually already a big move. I should have. All right, we're gonna give this a shot just for fun. 10, 11 seconds. How big is this candle? 27 to 33. This is a big candle. I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to try and buy it over here. See if I could. Oops. All right, I'm in a little bit at 33, and then I'm going to try and buy one at 30. Where am I? 33.9, 31.9. Okay. This is not a good trade, but it's a fun trade. So let's see if I get the bounce. I'm basically betting on the fact that we kind of made the lows, and we're gonna try to extend and go the other way. I should have bought this a little lower. It was a super fast move, and I have to kind of practice my bidding on TradeEvade. Probably the first entry should have been here, but it is what it is. I took the trade. What we're going to do is we're just going to maybe shorten our target, see if we can get out of the move here. Okay, so we're in on all these moves, and now I'm going to move myself to over here to see if we can resolve this out if on a bounce. Again, it's sort of assuming that we made a bounce over here. It was this was, I should have been buying over here on this kind of a non-dot trade, because the reversal was clear. I should have traded the momentum. This kind of ran away from me, and I got myself into a much worse position on this. But I'm just fucking around right now, not really trading. None of this is like really legitimate trading. As a matter of fact, what's really legitimately trading, and I'm probably going to totally reverse on this trade, is I have a lower, legitimate lower purple dot here, and if this stays purple dot on the close, we're going to completely reverse and just trade it the other way, because that's going to be a true legitimate trade. I screwed the pooch on this one in terms of execution, which happens a lot. You know, if we stay that way, then we got to go the other way. If we can re-rally, if my thesis is that we still have the bottom here and they want to rally it, then great. Maybe the trading gods will you know, will help me help me out here. 44 seconds left. Markets are really battling between the buys and the sells here. Yeah, you know, we're gonna go the other way on this trade, because that's a legitimate sell trade here. 8 seconds left. Sell market. And where am I on the trade? 26.4, 28.4. Now, if this doesn't work, then it's fine, because now at least this is a legitimate momentum trade. It's the kind of trade that I want to do, and we'll let it play itself out. But this was a much cleaner, better trade than, you know, the little fuck around trade. That would have worked had I come in over here. I just simply, you know, executed. All right, great. So as you can see, when I take the proper trade, that works very nicely, and we're good to go. And that got done. Lesson of the day is don't degen with me. Okay, what time is it? It's 9:52, almost 10 o'clock. Is the NASDAQ starting to give us any kind of a shape formation? We'll try to see if we can trade NASDAQ. Jerry, are you on wealth charts? If you're on wealth charts, you won't get the same setup. Wealth charts is not updated yet until probably next week. The update is on Trading View. Yes, or I did update Trading View. But you can see, look how clean this was. 1, 2, 3, nice and easy, right? If you're going to trade the reversal, I probably should have taken this trade, right? This was a lower high. Did not break the high. I should have just simply taken this trade. Just bad execution on my part. But you know, we will work it out. The good thing is none of these trades are big size, so it doesn't really hurt me that badly. How do you place a standing order on the screen? You simply click underneath on the panel. You would do it the exact same way that you would do. So like if you imagine this is TradeAvate, because you know, it's off screen for me. You would just click whatever level you want to be. Just click on the buy or click on the sell in TradeAvate, and that would create a standing order, because you'll be underneath the level. Lower low on NAS right now, $141. We'll try to trade this, assuming the candle doesn't get too big. 1981. That's actually a pretty big candle. $1.07 on the clock. NASDAQ made fresh lows, but really they bought them up here. Interesting. It doesn't look like we have any setups in NASDAQ. Let's go back to gold and just see what gold is doing. So we made the trade on that. Now the gold is kind of consolidating. Okay, if you want to be a glutton for punishment, again, this is a lower high. 6 seconds left. Let's just have fun. Let's buy this on the assumption that that we have a little bit of a turn trade. I don't like to do retraces, but I love to do turn trades. Look at that. Look at that. Now we actually have a legit long trade setting up if this holds. If this holds. So this was a trade that I should have been doing. The lower high, the higher low, right? After a big sell-off over here. I did it over here and I got fucked. So the earlier you do it, the easier it is to time that trade and and make it viable. But anyways, this is a positive trade here because we have. Let me see if I can do this again. Yep. Oh. Okay. Because we have higher lows on the greens here. If this holds, it'd be worthwhile for us to try and trade the gold. Oh, you were trading the reach. What were you trading? Sorry, what were you trading on? You trading the retrace trade, or you trade what? How did you? Where did your streak end? Because gold was. Were you trading long or short? Because shorts all made money. Oh, maybe you were trading this one as a retrace. You're trying to short this and it spiked you out. What happened to you, Santiago? How'd you lose the 24th trade in a row? Yet he's been trading 23 winning trades today. The one I lost. But why would you trade that one? That was my stupid ass trade. Like, wouldn't you've sold here on a retrace, and that would have been totally money? Where did you come in that you lost? Oh, but you were selling here. Oh, I know what you're doing. You're selling here probably like 2 up, and then it just completely V-shaped against you, right? This one, yeah. So one of the things that one of the words of caution is if you look at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots in a row. Yeah. Well, overconfidence is our kryptonite. Yeah, I got overconfident too. Anyways, dots here. Let's see what NASA's doing. NASA's also kind of very, very quiet. All right, shits and giggles trade. Obviously small size. You see how NAS has not made a fresh low, right? We tested all these lows, has not made a fresh low. If this candle kind of holds, we'll play it the other way. Again, just a bullshit counter trend reversal trade, which I'm always a sucker for. Again, not a dot trade, no real reason for why we do it, but I kind of like this trade. I like to use dots in their extreme format to try to find quick turns. So I think this might be a little bit of a viable trade for us. Was that the 20 account? 20 account. We're on this. Going to definitely wait because we don't want this thing to flush through the lows at the last second and that completely invalidate the idea that they're kind of holding the bottom here for a while. Good job, Santiago. Very nice. Very, very mature of you. Very mature of you. $10, 11, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're long market. Where's my position? 102.25, 92.25, 92.25 here. Secondary entry. Let's see if I can get this pulled up a little bit here. I might slip in against me. All right, let's see. It's playing the game. All right, I'm in on the second one. So now I try to limit myself out short here. NASDAQ is of course fucking me as always. Let's see if it can rally back up. If they sort of flushed it or whether it's fresh selling. 97.25 is my blended price, and my exit should be this one. Let me 102.25. Mm. Yeah, there we go. Took a little bit of balls, but I love that trade. I mean, you know, again, you're either that personality or you're not that personality. You don't have to, you know, and it's completely bullshit trade, but it does, you know, at least it had some semblance of logic where we, you know, we held the lows, we blended ourselves out, you know, it flipped ourselves up, and it was pretty good when we got ourselves done. On the 20. Let's go look at gold. Oh, okay. Gold has got, we just missed a trade here in gold. It's too bad. All right. While I was fucking around on my thing, there was actually quite a legitimate trade here with a white dot, secondary high, a green dot. We could have been long here. Now this extends over here, and this is a worthwhile trade too, because now we have, you know, 2 consecutive higher highs, and if this trade holds, we'll go long here. But the, you know, the really clean trade would have been this one. But we'll stay. You know, we'll assuming this thing doesn't get too big. It's 32 against 37. It's already, if this closes up at 38, that's going to be a really big chase trade for. Look at this thing. This is the problem with gold. When they decide to turn on the engines, they really turn on the engines. So now I have to. I'm gonna try and buy it here. Come on. No, I don't get it. Let's see. Do I get on the retrace? I either get on the retrace, or if this thing hits my target, then I'm going to blow myself out here. No, it's gone away. Yeah, unfortunately, no trade here. This is, it just ran away. Big candle ran away from us, and we couldn't participate in the trade. You took a gold while I was doing that. Good for you, Chris. You made a nice money. You know, as I said, it's hard to. You're always going to miss trades because you're looking at this. Okay, now NAS is hitting fresh lows. This is a legitimate trade the other way now. $1.14. Let's see what NAS wants to do. Let me go to I don't know. Let me just go to maybe 27 account. Okay, 27 account. How big is this range? 98 to 60. Okay, 30 point candle. Not horrible. Definitely moving fast. $35 seconds left. Need to see if the red dot stays in place. $21. Oh, it almost disappears, and then they buy it up. No trade. Look at that. This is why we hold, because there was really no trade. They bought it back up. That's NAS for you. It's a totally crazy trade. All right, gold is pausing a little bit here. Because NASDAQ is on wealth charts, and wealth charts hasn't been updated yet. Wealth charts is using an older version of my indicator, so it doesn't have any coloring. Lower white on NAS. So obviously not a trade for us, but if we get a green dot after this, higher green dot, we could try to trade it on a reversal basis. This is interesting. You see how you see how following the dots kept us out of a bad trade where we didn't commit to a trade until it closed. Would have been totally burnt. Okay, nothing interesting in Nasdaq for a few minutes. Gold also kind of stalling out a little bit. So crazy Wally. That's why we're trading futures. If you trade futures with us on Apex, you can buy, bid, sell, ask. We don't pay spread. And at worst, our spread is maybe 75. Like let's take a look. Where is NASDAQ right now? It's so fast. I can't freeze it. It's 925. It's like 50 cents, right? Maybe sometimes a dollar. So futures are obviously going to be very, very tight. And that's why we can go bid on futures and buy the bid, sell the offer, all those things. Obviously, you're paying commissions, but this is why we like Apex so much. Yes, that's your introduction to prop trading. Who's here who's never traded prop? Oh, by the way, holy shit, the polls numbers are really skewed. I didn't realize. So we have 81% momentum traders, 19% retrace traders. Okay, here's a new poll. Let's see. Okay, one more time. Let's do personality tests. New poll. We'll test you. Trend trader, reversal trader. Now, be honest. Even if you trade mostly trend, but this is your heart of hearts answer. Not what you should be, but what you really are. Answer that question, because I'm curious. All right. Purple dot, higher purple dot. So again, this is a retrace trade. Those guys who love trade retrace, you buy this, boom, you made money. You really, really made nice money. Very, very clean retrace trade, right? Great trade for those who want to trade retrace. Because why? Higher purple dot over here. So you buy the bottom. It's also obviously positive. This has everything that we want. Positive spread, positive trend, green candle, green slope. This is the best of the best of retrace trades. You caught it, Dave? Good for you. Good for you. Nice job. That was a super fast move too. Good for you. Again, that's your style. It's a really good style. you're trading gold and you're a member of coaching, okay, email me, Kirov, and I will. I have to send you. I'll send you the zip file of the MT4s. Didn't I? Then I sent it to you. I sent you the zip. Did you not get my email? Hold on, let me double check. I remember sending it out to somebody. Was it you? Oh no, it was to somebody else. It was Ayland. Send it to me again. Send me your email again, and I'll try to take care of it. Sorry, it was somebody else. I have both MT4 and MT5. But Nadine, um, that's only really for, like, I'm happy to have you in coaching, but this is like, I can only give those to the paying members. I missed a trade here. Reversal trade here. I don't want to chase it, but this would have been a good sell trade in gold right over here. Would have been a quick move to the downside. Look at that lower moves. All right, let me focus a little bit on the charts here so I can look. This is a hard trade, and I don't know if I would have done this trade. Yes, you can make the argument this is a lower low red dot, but you could see that Nasdaq is kind of totally bottoming out here. I'd really like to see the slope get not so flat. I'd like to see the slope get angular to the downside, or if we're going to turn, I'd like to see a couple of dots to the upside for me to trade. Or even better yet, if we're going to go down, I want to see a red dot now. Like if this candle goes red dot, that would tell me, okay, the sellers are back in control. Remember, like, our whole job is to find sellers or to find buyers, right? That's what trading is all about. We need to find the buyers or find the sellers and join them when they're doing their thing. Like right now, it's very indeterminate. If we get a red dot, we'd have a little bit more confidence that the sellers are there and want to join them. Now I'm trading 2.6, William. Gold is way too volatile to trade 1.3. All right, here's Nasdaq starting to flash us a red sign. We got minute 32, so we can come back to that in a little bit. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is actually creating a higher white dot, right? So if gold holds that white dot, we want to be in that. $1.13. We'll switch around to see what gives us a signal. Short NAS seems to be the stronger signal right now than gold, which is not giving us the white dot. Okay, 46 seconds left. Nasdaq is not really holding the lows. 40 seconds on NAS. Gold is got the white dot. I'm gonna stay on gold, and if gold holds trade, I'm gonna trade that. Then I move on to Nasdaq. Hopefully we can hold bid here. But if it disappears, it disappears. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're long gold. at a good price. We're in at 34. We're going to buy secondary at 32 if we need to. Arrange our things. I can't trade NASDAQ because obviously now I'm just focused on gold. We'll see if that works for us. We can switch to NASDAQ and just see how that whole thing. Oh, NASDAQ didn't have a signal, so not a big deal. Okay, so we're still in gold. Gold gets done. No need for the secondary backup. We're out of this. Nice clean trade, right? If I stick to my setup, it works most of the time, and that's the whole bottom. That's the whole point. So don't fret if you get, the trades that I fucked around with today were all like, oh, let me try this. No deadlier words in the English language when you're trading is let me try this, right? That's actually a good one. That's actually another good one. The most toxic words in trading. Let me try this. Right? Am I right? Am I right, Nico? Secondary move in gold. More continuation. Let's buy some more gold. Okay. We're in gold again. 36.9, 34.8 is the proper secondary entry. Again, move this over. Let's see if we can get more continuity in gold as a burst. Close 36.7. Okay, it's fine. So that's 7. This is just to show you, what was triggering my thought pattern. Yeah, you can see that, right? Just gonna sneak a peek at. Okay. Now, NAS is possibly setting up for us. I have an audible in gold, and if it triggers my secondary position, I'll know, and I'll come back to gold. But for now, let's watch NASDAQ, see if it gives me a dot. So far, NASDAQ, no. Not giving me a double dot. Eight, 9 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Long NASDAQ. Position is 14, so I want to be at 4. 4. Okay, let's see if I can get my retrace position at 4. Am I in? Oh, I'm in at 2. Okay. Oh, shit. I got to move. God, this moves so fast here. I can't even adjust myself. Wow, this is so fast. Okay. So this is, and I'm done on NASDAQ. Hopefully, I'll deconstruct this with you guys a little bit later. Gold is kind of trying to work that forward momentum on gold. Sort of stalling for me a little bit. All right, I'm going to exit out at gold because it kind of stalled out of me. I don't want to do a double entry, but this sort of, like, you see how fast let me show you the history of where is this global chart settings? Turn history on. It's super. You can sort of, and look how fast it reversed on me. Jesus. Just NASDAQ is an insane trade. So basically, my trade in NASDAQ was, we bought the entry, then we bought the 10-point dip down, and then we just sort of resolved everything super fast the other way around, right? All of it just before we could even breathe, right? So that was good. And now just a huge reversal on NASDAQ, big reversal on NASDAQ, but it's a lower. This is a sell for us. It's a big sell. Let's go sell the NASDAQ right now. If it holds, I mean, it's a big candle though. Shit, it's 112. Wow, it's a 50 point candle. All right, I am going to. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to go into this big momentum move and then sell market again. I'm probably going to eat this thing because I'm just, I'm doing the thing that you're not supposed to do, which is I should have waited till it retraced, because this is such a huge candle. But here's my entry, 73s, trying to buy it back at 70s. Let's see if this kind of dips against me. What a crazy ass move on the NASDAQ here. Come on. It's going to run away from me. I'm going to have to eat this loss probably, unless it decides to reverse right here. So the thing about this kind of trade is, the reason why you don't want to take it is because your stops, like this is a huge candle, and it could go all the way up here, stop me out, and then come back down, which is exactly what it's going to do right now. This is why NASDAQ is just so fucking volatile that I should never take the big trade. So now I'm stopped out on these trades. Should never take. Oh no, I got stopped out on one position, but not the other one. Okay, no, I haven't gotten. What's going on in here? What positions? Oh, now I got stopped. Okay, now I got stopped. Okay, deservedly so. The point being is, you should never trade this. But I want you guys. I want to show you the trades, and unfortunately, I forced myself into bad trades, which is okay. As I said, I'm taking small trades, and this always keeps me alive and in the game, even when I do stupid things. But this was a stupid trade, not because it wasn't a setup, but because the volatility was too large for the setup. You can see it. So that's a story. Gold, what's going on with gold here? Can't see. Gold looks like it's gold is just chopping around here. We have a red dot in between, so it's not really a consecutive two green dots. So I wouldn't be trading this right now. If you get a next candle that's a green dot, like two consecutive green dots up, then fine. Other than that, we really don't have a trade right now in gold. It's chop around city. We took our trades here; they were good. Then I got out flat, and that now we should just do the smart thing in gold and not do anything. Now let me just get rid of this, because I want to look at the dots. Is this what the price action is sort of showing us right now? Is that there was this big run, they bought the run, and now they're going to try and rip it back up. If I'm correct, the next candle is going to be a green dot, and we're going to try to join it, and we're going to try and trade it the other way. Actually, hold on. The low on this, maybe we can come in on the white dot. Low on this is 92.50, and the low on this Oh yeah, we can come back. We're gonna buy this. Okay, let's see if I'm right here. Position 107. I'm gonna buy 97s as our backup place. See if I need it. If it comes back down against me. But the idea, the reason why I bought this was because the low on this one. Oh, what's going on over here? All right. Seven, we're trying to hit the 17s here. I have to make this chart so big that it's just much easier to manage. It's what I always forget about wealth charts. I got to really expand the zoom so you guys can actually see where I'm at. So this is a little higher than this one. You can literally see it on the chart. That's why higher whites. I went there. It just did not go far enough. It went to 13, and I was looking for 17 as my target because we're trading 1030s. So now we're just holding in this trade, hoping to see that we can get the 17s. Actually, what is the close here? 6. So it should be 16. I need to move this down to 16. 16.25. How high did this go? Ugh, this is really teasing me here on my things. 14. So it wouldn't have made my target anyways. NAS is doing its usual, herk and jerk here. Okay, secondary entry in NASDAQ, limiting out on the short limit, stopping on this one. Let's see what we're going to do here. There we go. And we get done. Took a little while. I'm glad I kind of do like a full zero in. You guys can really see the charts much more. Let's go see what somebody was telling me about the gold. Yeah, gold is now turned negative. It's a pretty good negative trade at this point. Let's sell gold. All right, we short gold here. At 29 would be my secondary. Where's my entry here? What is the close? It's done. I didn't have to do the secondary. So you can see two trades, one much faster than the other, but all momentum trades, all good. Closing out Friday on a nice high note for everybody, and hope you guys all hit it. So I know it's a lot of fast trading, and those people who are new in the room are probably like, "What the fuck's going on? My God, he's taking a trade every 5 seconds, and they're going on." But remember, there is a whole methodology and a thought pattern behind each one of these trades. That's why they're so fast. You don't have to think about them. Once they appear on the chart and they set up like this, it's almost instinctual. You hit it, you quit it. The point being is that, as I said, my momentum trades are my favorite trades are my reversal trades, which is not really, just my guilty pleasure. But momentum trades are the solid trades for me. That's what I love to do. I love to, and the momentum trades are very simple and clean to understand. So we have the purple, which is lower than this purple, right? That's our start of our negative cycle, right? And we could have taken this one as a trade. Let me see. Yeah, could have taken this one trade. Now, here's the irony of the whole thing. This one would not have worked. This trade would not have worked because it sort of like ran into a buzzsaw, I believe, like right over here. I think you hit 32s, didn't quite extend down. I'm actually, let me make sure. If I sold this 32s, what's the high over here? 36. Yeah, it literally would have just clipped me out at the top. This has been a very, very painful trade. But then you have lower reds. So this is a trade, and then you have a pull away trade. This is a trade, and those work. So obviously you're always going to get the bad bounces. The bad bounces are always part of trading. But as long as you stick to the actual setup, those setups show up over and over and over again. And as long as we're 8 out of 10. Sometimes when the trading gods are really, really, like when we get nice big trends, we could be as good as 9 out of 10. All of that very much goes in your favor. You just have to trust the setup and keep trading it. Now gold doesn't have a momentum up because this is a lower white. Those of you guys who are trading retraces, this is a pretty good retrace if you want to do that. And on NASDAQ is just rip roaring the other way around. We could have taken the second trade here, right? Because this was our first trade, finally got done, and then remember, it just finally rip roared. So if we went long here on this trade, on the close, that would have been 24s, and it went all the way up. Well, it didn't quite go up to 34s, but the 34s is what would be the natural target. Yes, Nas is definitely making the move. So I got to run because the boss is calling me. But very, very fun DGen Friday for everybody, I hope. We hit a lot of good trades. I made a few mistakes on execution on the reversals. But even those, once we kind of time those, are quite good. By the way, you can see that this one, I think, would have gone to 34s almost, right? Or if it doesn't, it almost reaching 34s now. So the momentum trades are really, really great. Just be patient for when they set up. As long as the dots are higher highs or lower lows, you got the trade. Go out there, go get them. All right, guys, everybody have a great day. Don't forget to please, let me put up the links. Don't forget to get Apex accounts, our friends at Apex. And don't forget to get Think accounts. And those of you who really, 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 really want to trade with me, come for coaching with me. This is what you really want, because that's the only way you're going to get my indicators, which is what gives you the signals and the confidence to make those trades, right? You can't make the trades if you don't have the tools, and I have the tools. So everybody have a great, great day. Get some of those tools. I'll see everybody on Monday. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy. Take care, guys.